My sister set me up to bring my shy childhood friend to her wedding to embarrass him. When he walked in 6'3" and stunning, she turned pale. I was sitting in my apartment on a Tuesday night when my sister Claire called. Her voice had that sugary tone she uses when she's about to ask for something. Hey, remember Tommy from elementary school? That kid who used to hide behind you at recess? I remembered. Tommy was the sweetest kid, but he got picked on constantly. Thick glasses, asthma attacks, always the last one picked for teams. And Claire? She was one of his worst tormentors. I feel so bad he never gets invited anywhere, she continued. You're still single, right? Why don't you bring him as your +1 to my wedding? That way you won't show up alone. The fake concern in her voice made my skin crawl, but I stayed quiet. Then I heard muffled laughter. She was talking to someone else. She hadn't hung up properly. Can you believe she's actually bringing Tommy? Claire said, her voice dripping with amusement. Everyone's going to see what a total loser her date is compared to mine. God, I can't wait to see their faces when they walk in together. More laughter. My hand tightened around the phone. So this was the real plan. Humiliate me at her perfect wedding by making sure everyone saw me with pathetic Tommy. I didn't confront her. I didn't cancel. Instead, I tracked down Tommy through old school contacts and called him. I told him everything. The setup, the overheard conversation, all of it. There was a long pause. Then he laughed. Don't worry about it. I've got this. Tommy, you don't have to come. I can just skip the wedding. No way, he said. I'm not letting you face that alone. Besides, this might actually be fun. Wedding day arrived. I'd spent the morning mentally preparing for disaster, rehearsing comebacks for when people inevitably laughed at us. I put on my dress and waited for Tommy to pick me up. The doorbell rang at exactly 2 p.m. I opened the door, expecting to see the same thin kid with thick glasses and an inhaler in his pocket. Instead, I was staring at a 6'3" man in a perfectly tailored charcoal suit. Broad shoulders, defined jawline, styled hair. He looked like he'd walked straight out of a cologne commercial. Ready to go? He asked with a smile. My brain completely short-circuited. I'm sorry, I'm looking for Tommy. He laughed. It's me. Surprise. This is not Tommy. Tommy was... I gestured vaguely, still in shock. Short? Scrawny? Yeah, I remember. He adjusted his cufflinks. I'm a personal trainer now. Lost the glasses with contacts. Hit the gym pretty hard. Turns out puberty was just taking its time with me. I stood there with my mouth open. Why didn't you warn me? Where's the fun in that? He offered his arm. Come on, let's go give your sister the show she asked for. We walked into the reception hall, and I swear every single head turned. Conversation stopped mid-sentence. Claire's bridesmaids literally gasped. One of them dropped her champagne glass. Claire was greeting guests near the entrance. When she saw us, her welcoming smile froze on her face. Her eyes went wide. She looked at Tommy, then at me, then back at Tommy like she was trying to solve an impossible equation. Claire, Tommy said warmly, extending his hand. It's been years. Thanks so much for the invitation. She mechanically shook his hand, still speechless. Her groom walked over, looked Tommy up and down, and whispered something to Claire. She turned bright red. We found our seats. The entire ceremony, I could feel eyes on us. People kept leaning over to whisper. Claire kept glancing back at our row, her jaw tight. During the reception, she finally made her move. She grabbed the microphone during the toasts, her smile sharp. I just want to give a special shout out to my sister and her date, Tommy. Some of you might remember Tommy from our childhood. He's the one who used to cry during dodgeball in PE class. A few uncomfortable laughs rippled through the crowd. I felt my face flush, but Tommy stood up, completely calm. That's true, he said, his voice carrying across the room. Turns out I had undiagnosed asthma. Finally got it treated in high school. After that, I joined a gym, and now I run marathons. He looked directly at me with a genuine smile. And honestly, I'm just grateful I had someone like her who actually looked out for me back then instead of making fun of me. The room erupted in applause. Several people stood up. Claire's face went from red to white. As the night wound down and we headed toward the exit, Claire's groom intercepted us near the door. He pulled Tommy aside, and I heard him ask for Tommy's number, said he desperately needed a new trainer. Then he turned to me with a grin and asked if I was seeing anyone.